when we need two parallel lines, these parallel lines never going to meet each other. This even after traveling miles and miles of distance, they never going to meet each other. I going to tell the new shapes. If two parallel lines going to meet by another two parallel lines, then it going to create a shape. That shape is known as parallelogram here. And only and this is known as parallelogram. And if only one pair of parallel sides and other two are irregular sides, this is known as trapezium. Now I going to tell about them, but I going to tell it in normal plane parallel lines never going to meet each other. Even after traveling a lot of distance, still those parallel lines not going to meet each other. Let's take this pair. On this pair, if you start to write, but on 3D shape it can meet. If you take a shape and on this shape, if two longitudes they are taken, then those two longitudes as parallel lines, they're going to be parallel near the equator, but those parallel lines going to meet each other at the poles because it is called as non-Euclidean geometry. In non-Euclidean geometry, that parallel lines going to meet each other. Let's tell some more things about the parallelogram and trapezium. If you take this parallelogram, in this parallelogram, these two sides going to be parallel and even these two sides going to be parallel. When two pairs of sides are parallel, they are known as parallelogram. In the same way, if you take a trapezium, in this trapezium, only one pair of sides going to be parallel. These two sides going to be irregular. First, I going to tell how to find out area and perimeter of parallelogram. If you take a parallelogram, in this parallelogram, these two sides going to be equal. These two angles going to be equal, and even these two angles going to be equal. If this angle is 60 degree, then opposite to this angle that also going to be 60 degree, and if this angle is 120 degree, even the opposite angle going to be 120 degree. Now let's find out the area of the parallelogram. If they have given a parallelogram, they ask you to find out what's the area of the parallelogram. You can find out the area if they have given the base length as 2 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. You need the base length and the perpendicular height. Area of parallelogram can be written as base times of perpendicular height. Here this is the base, which is 2 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, high, this one Savarana and shadow, this one 2 times of perpendicular height 1 units, 2 times of 1 means 2 units, so 2 square units is the area of this parallelogram. And let's find out how to find out perimeter of this parallelogram. You can take out the parallelogram, and they have given this side as 2 units and this side as 3 units. In this, in parallelogram also, opposite sides going to be equal. This side going to be equal to this side, and this side going to be equal to opposite to this side, this side. So these two sides are equal, these two sides are equal. Perimeter means total length of the boundary, so you can take it as 2 times of sum of adjacent sides, these two sides. That is, one adjacent side is 3, another side is 2, so 2 times of 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2 is 5, so it's going to become 2 times of 5. 2 times of 5 is 10, so 10 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Area means it is base times of perpendicular, right? Perimeter means adjacent sides and 2 times of those sum of adjacent sides. Now I going to tell about trapezium. If you take out trapezium, they give these two sides going to be parallel. They give us this is 3 units, this is 2 units. To those two sides, you need a perpendicular, right? They give the perpendicular right as 1 unit. Now you need to find out what's the area of this trapezium. In this trapezium, you can find it out. Area of trapezium is half times of sum of parallel side. This is one parallel side, this is another parallel side, their sum. That is, this side is 2 unit, this side is 3 unit, their sum is 2 plus 3 units times of, this is the perpendicular, right, which is 1 units. Now 2 plus 3 means it becomes 5. So half times of 5 times of 1. This you cannot divide denominator and numerator. 5 times of 1 above remains 5. Below it comes to 5 by 2 square units is the area of this trapezium. I going to tell one more parallelogram for practice. In this parallelogram, you need to find out they have given the base as 5 units, perpendicular right as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area of the parallelogram. Area of parallelogram, here also it is base times of perpendicular, right? Here the base is 5 units times of the perpendicular, right, which is 1 units. 5 times of 1 is 5 units. 5 square units is the area of this parallelogram. Now I going to tell what happens if two parallel lines meet by transversalis. Here they have given two parallel lines. In these two parallel lines, there is one more line which is going to meet. This is known as transversalis. When a transversalis meet two parallel lines AB, this transversalis is L. It's going to create 8 angles. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 5, 6, 7, and 8. These 8 angles. In these 8 angles, these 4 angles are known as external angles. 1, 2, 7, and 8. You take this line. Below this line are angle 7 and angle 8, and above this line are angle 1 and angle 2. So these 4 angles are known as external angles. These are external angles, and these 4 angles between the two parallel lines 3, 4, 5, 6 are known as internal angles. Slavic high. These 4 angles means angle 3, angle 4, and angle 5, angle 6. Angle 5, angle 6. They are known as internal angles. Now there are many different types of angles between them. They are main types. These 4 angles are internal angles and these 4 angles are external angles. If you hold like this, these angles are left side of the transversalis angles 1, 3, 5, 6, and these angles 2, 4, 6, 8 are known as right side of the transversalis angles. Then I going to tell different angles. Here you going to get these two angles. These two angles are known as vertically opposite angles. Two lines going to cross each other, they're going to be equal. If this is 60 degree, even this angle going to be 60 degree. That is vertically opposite angles. Let's take some examples. Here they have given this angle as 30 degree. Then find out x. Even the x going to be equal to 30 degree because those two angles are vertically opposite angles. In the same way, these angles are known as, if you take a line and on the line if you take two angles, these two angles going to be 180 degrees. Means this angle is 60 degree, means this x plus 60 going to be equal to 180, and if you send that 60 that side, it becomes 180 minus 60, so x equal to 120 degree. So this angle x going to be equal to 120 degrees. In the same way, here this angle is 60 degree, means this angle going to be 120 degree. So both of these angles sum on the line makes 180 degree. Even in this line, below this line, this angle is 60 degree, means this angle will be equal to 180 degree. These two angles also angles on a straight line. Let's find out one more type of angle, that is alternating angles. If you take these parallel lines, then there is a transversalis which intersects. This angle going to be equal to this angle, that is alternating angle is 60 degree. Then even this angle going to be equal to 60 degree, because they are alternating angles. These are alternating angles, and these two angles also alternating interior angles, and even this angle will be equal to this angle. If this angle is 120 degree, even this angle going to be 120. These two are also alternating angles. Then they ask for about next type of angles. These two and these two are alternating interior angles. Now I tell what are alternating exterior angles. This angle and this angle going to be, this angle is vertically opposite angle, so this will be 120 degree, and this angle to this angle also vertically opposite, so this is also 120 degree. So these two angles going to be alternating exterior angle, and these two angles are also alternating exterior angle, and they're going to be equal. Now I tell about corresponding angles. If you take these two parallel lines, then you going to find out about corresponding angles. This angle, this angle is, they have given 60 degree, so this angle is 60 degree. They are known as corresponding angles because both angles are above the parallel lines. Both angles are above the line. This is also above this line, and this angle is also above the line, so they are corresponding angles, and they both are right side of the transversalis. In the same way, even this angle will be 120 degree. If this angle, even this angle going to be 120 degree. They two are also corresponding angles. Let's find out another two corresponding angles. This angle which is 60 means this is 120. To make them, this is 120, this 120, vertically opposite angles. Here also this is 120 means this is 120. These two are also corresponding angles. This is below the line, and this is also below the line, and this is right side of this transversalis. Even this angle is right side of transversalis. In the same way, these two are also corresponding angles, this angle with this angle. So they are all the different types of angles: alternating interior angles, alternating exterior angles, and corresponding angles, and vertically opposite angles, angles on a straight line. Let's do some problems. Here they are giving this angle, they are giving this angle is equal to which, what this one, this is, they are giving equal to 30 degree. Then you need to find out what's the value of this angle, that is this angle is, they are asking about x angle. Now you cannot find it out. This angle is 30 degree means this angle also becomes 30 degree, that is corresponding angles. And now 30 degree plus x become equal to 180 degree, that is x plus 30 degree equal to 180 degree. Now x plus 30 is 180 degree means these two are angles on a straight line, so this 30 degree moves that side, it becomes x equal to 180 minus 30, so x become equal to 150 degree. So the angle x is equal to 150 degree. Let's take one more problem. Here on this straight line they are giving three angles. Those three angles are also x, angle x. Now you need to find out what's the value of x. You know that these three are all angles on a straight line, so x plus x plus x, their sum going to be equal to 180 degrees. If their sum equal to 180 degrees, x plus x means 3x equal to 180 degrees. 3x can be written as 3 times of x. This 3 come here, it comes in denominator, x equal to 180 by 3. Now you can divide this 3 1 times, 3 6 times is 18, and 0 comes with it, so x become equal to 60 degrees. Let's take one more problem like that. Here they have given like this problem, this one angle, another angle, this angle they have given 30 degree, this angle as x, and this angle as 2x. You need to find out what's the value of x. You can do it out. All those three angles sum equal to 180 degree, that is 2x plus x plus 30 degree equal to 180 degrees. Now 2x plus x becomes 3x. So 3x plus 30 degree equal to 180 degrees. Now this 30 go that side. 3x become equal to 180 minus 30. This 3x become equal to 180 minus 30 is 150, and 3x means 3 times of x. X remain here, 3 go there. It becomes 150 by 3. Now you can divide 3 1 times. 3 5 times 15. 0 comes with it. X equal to 50 degrees. That is the value of x. Now I continue in the next video more things about it. Bye.